everybody, how's it going? It's Jamie, Crafty DIY Guy, and I'm back. I have got another set of fall videos for you today. These fall DIY projects are super transitional. You could use these now. They would carry you right up before you start really decorating for Thanksgiving, and then they could carry you kind of in between Thanksgiving and Christmas. I love these. If you are a fan of buffalo check, I think is what it's called, then you're gonna love these, because I think buffalo check is incorporated into 2 of the 3 projects. So definitely a very cool kind of a neutral palette. I'm super excited about those. Also, this is a collaboration video. This is a collaboration with Lisa Kennedy. She is Dollar Mom on YouTube, and she is known for creating home decor on a budget, really. She's super, super cool, and what I love about her is that she is very talented. And the reason why I say she's talented is because great minds think alike. We actually met because of this DIY that I did last week or a couple weeks ago. And Lisa and I both apparently shop at Big Lots. We're both fans of Big Lots. And we went into Big Lots and we saw something very similar to this. And we both recreated it. I posted my video and then she reached out to me, and we had never chatted before. I think we followed each other, but that was about it. And she's like, hey, I just wanted to let you know I kind of created the same thing, and I'm not copying you. And I was like, girl, please. I was like, I think of any kind of crafting like a recipe. If you're gonna make a chicken parmesan and I'm gonna make a chicken parmesan or chicken parmesan, it doesn't mean that I'm copying your recipe. It just means I'm making a chicken parmesan. So we both made really cool DIY projects, and it's because of this that we actually met. And we were just chatting back and forth, and I was like, since we obviously like the same stuff, let's do a collaboration. So we did, and this is what the collaboration is all about. By the way, if you are one of my long-term subscribers, thank you so much for being here. I call you guys my OGs, and I really, really appreciate all of the comments, all the feedback, all of the love. Seriously, you guys, thank you so, so much from the bottom of my heart. If you are a new subscriber, or maybe you're one of Lisa's subscribers that's coming over to check out the channel, please join. Let's have some fun together. And if you just happen to randomly stumble upon this video on YouTube, thank you, YouTube. But also join us. Let's have some fun. Let's create some stuff together. By the way, keeping up with my thrifty, affordable finds, this is a very cool French terry hoodie that I got at Walmart. And this sucker was $16.44, and I am loving it. So if you like it too, I'll link it in the thing below. But let's chatter. Let's get into the DIY. For project number 1, we're going to be using these Dollar Tree twig pieces. I grabbed 3 sets. I've got one of this kind of short, squatty one. I've got this longer, skinnier one, and then this kind of in-between size. Also, when I was at Michael's, I found this bundle of twine or cording that I absolutely loved. It's got these great 5 colors in it, and I'm actually going to be using all 5 of these colors in my tassel garland thingy today. The first thing I did was separate my wood pieces into 3 separate piles. And then for this next part, I grabbed my Ryobi drill, and with a small drill bit, just tried to drill through the center of those wood pieces, kind of like so. Obviously, you want to be very careful when you're doing this. I had a drill bit that was pretty small, and it actually worked out really good for these. I did drill through the center of most of my wood pieces and through the sides of some of them, and then I just started to string those wood pieces on my cord. I used that kind of larger, kind of chubbier one, and then some of the longer, skinnier ones, and then some of the in-between pieces, and just alternated them until I had all of those wood pieces strung on my string. I wanted to create a tassel at the end of my woodland garland, so I'm taking each color that's represented in this spool that you see here, and I'm painfully trying to pull them off individually, and it's not working too well. But I did manage to finally get them off. Look at that rat's nest. And did create a nice kind of color combo here that you see. And then anytime I'm doing a tassel, I always wrap it around a skewer and then just simply tie it off at the top and then tie it to the bottom of my woodland tassel, kind of like so. And when it's all done, this is what it will look like. I ended up adding that blue leaf wood cutout to the base of it. But again, super, super happy with this one. Love the way it looks, love the way it turned out. And I think this is going to be a staple in my home decor. And for my next project, we're going to grab a Dollar Tree pie pan, some buffalo check fabric, some Dollar Tree nautical rope, and some assorted florals from Dollar Tree. The first thing I did was take a piece of cardboard and just trace around my pie pan. I wasn't exactly sure what level I wanted this at, so I kind of did it larger, thinking I could always cut it down smaller, which you saw me doing there. I did also take my pie pan and paint it with some black ink chalk paint from Waverly. That is my favorite chalk paint by far. Also, I took my cardboard cutout, that little half moon shape, and I did trace around it on my buffalo check fabric that you can see here. And then I kind of cut that half moon out very, very, very loosely, and just ended up taking a little bit of hot glue, gluing that half moon cardboard back down on top of that buffalo check fabric. And then I literally just started to kind of snip it all the way around and glue those pieces down to that half moon. So I had a nice cutout. Before I did that, though, I did kind of reinforce my cardboard. I added a second piece just to make sure this was good and sturdy. I wanted it to hold and stay together. Then I added my bead of hot glue, or my dash of hot glue. I don't really know what that, my wiggle of hot glue. And then I just folded over that top there. And then I did end up snipping the edges around that kind of half circle. That way everything would fold over a little bit. And then I did another little wiggle of glue and then just started folding those over like so. After everything dried, then I took my half circle and glued it back to the front side of my pie pan, kind of like so. I flipped it over and added a little bit of nautical rope on the back side. That way I could hang this up on the wall or my door. After everything dried, I started to decorate my pie pan. I did not have any floral foam. I keep forgetting to get floral foam like every time I go to Dollar Tree. But I did go ahead and take some hot glue and I just kind of squirted it down inside of that pie pan. I know this sounds ridiculous. And as I'm adding my floral picks, they just kind of stuck. So it actually worked out really well for me. And after everything was done and dried, I thought that I needed just a little something extra. So I did go ahead and I added a raffia bow on the front, kind of like so. I don't know about you guys, but I love the way this looks. I don't think this looks like a pie pan at all. I think it's super, super cute, and I think it's a great way to welcome your guest into your home for this brand new fall season of 2020. And for my last project, we're going to use one of these grapevine wreaths that I picked up at Michael's. Also, I'm going to use some leftover pieces from my Christmas tree. And then some of this Dollar Tree garland that I really like a lot. I also grabbed these ornaments from Michael's. I had some leftover burlap. I had some buffalo check ribbon that was left over. And I also had this garland that I picked up from the dollar spot last year, and I've been holding on to it. I may or may not use some of these twig pieces. I'm not really sure yet. So the first thing I'm doing is just taking that leftover burlap wrap that I had, and I'm literally just going to wrap it kind of loosely around the grapevine wreath. And then the great thing about working with these grapevine wreaths is that you really don't have to glue a whole lot of stuff. So I'm just going to kind of tuck some of the leftovers in there. I did trim it off a little bit, as you can see, and then I'm just going to tuck it into the grapevine, and we're going to keep moving on. So then I took my ribbon from Dollar Tree. This is the buffalo check ribbon that I found, and I'm going to wrap it around. And now I'm just going to take some of my green pieces, some of my leftover Christmas tree pieces, and I'm just going to start inserting them into the grapevine, kind of working my way around. What I love about this grapevine wreath, again, It's so easy. You don't really need a whole lot of hot glue. You can continue to work around. Now, surprise, the pine cone garland is on there. This was impossible for me to film. So I apologize that I didn't show you guys that, but it's pine cones on a wire, and I just wrapped it around. Now, these are brand new. I did actually find these in my stash, and I forgot that I had bought these, and I've been wanting to use those. So I'm going to use the larger horns instead. And then another switcheroo, I'm going to use that white garland from Dollar Tree instead of that burgundy one. I just decided also I'm not going to use these twig pieces. I think it's just too much. And I'm really, really loving the way that everything is looking. So now I'm just going to glue down those deer horns, and now you get to see this gorgeous wreath that I'm so happy with. I love the way this looks. I think it's super transitional. You could add some red sprays to it and a Christmas sign, and it would very easily be a great wreath for Christmas. It could be something that carries you through all the seasons starting right now. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out Lisa Kennedy's Dollar Mom page on Instagram and on YouTube.